Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. We are bringing you Section 5 Final Boys Lacrosse featuring the Blake School Bears and the Benilde-St Margaret Red Knights. We are streaming from, or we're not streaming, we're broadcasting, taping live from the McQuinn Athletic Complex on the beautiful campus of Benilde-St Margaret's. And this is Section 5 Championship Boys Lacrosse. And the Blake Bears are in offense right now. That is number 3 with it, Thomas Nelson. He's the second leading scorer for Wayzata. Or excuse me, not Wayzata. We just did the Wayzata girls lacrosse game, and I got to get used to the new visiting team here. It's the Blake Bears, and they're in green, and they have the ball. And that is number 7, number 7. That is Eli Daniel, a junior for the Bears. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us. This is our second of a doubleheader. We just brought the girls lacrosse victory over Wayzata. They won 10-8. They're heading to state next week in Stillwater, and the boys hope to follow suit here in their own Section 5 final right here at home. And so far, the Bears have had the ball since the beginning of the first quarter. There's 10:52 remaining as we watch that first shot attempt. And in nets for the Red Knights is Justin Dahlum, the junior goaltender. He got the start at the quarterfinal when they took care of Wayzata 23-3. The Blake School came in due to their victory in the semifinal over Maple Grove 10-7. And now a turnover for the Red Knights and their first chance to go on offense here at home. And that pass by number 21, Braxton Bogan, maybe a little overexcited there. That ball sailed on him, and so an unforced air turnover for Benilde, and maybe just a sign of the nerves that are understandable in a big game like this. With so much on the line, state tournament is every player's dream, and the Red Knights have been there the last several years, excluding last year because there was no season, and they've been to the championship, I think, the last 3 consecutive years, or 3 or 4, and they've come up runner-up each time. So you gotta believe that their goal is way beyond just winning this section tournament, but this is what they need to do to get to that next level, to get that goal at the state tournament. Okay, now Blake, and they are gonna show possession here. Neither team, they did not play each other this year. They had a few common opponents, which I may talk about as we go on in our broadcast here, but that, meanwhile, is number 16, Zach Wiener, the sophomore. Under 10 minutes here, first quarter. No score if you're just joining us. We're in St. Louis Park at McQuinn Athletic Complex on the Benilde-St Margaret's campus. And this is Section 5 Boys Lacrosse Final. And so far, very clean start here, and the Blake Bears showing great prowess at possessing the ball. And we'll see how the defenses play into this match as they did in the girls' match earlier this afternoon. And now getting through, and a big hit there, and the turnover by the Red Knights as they take the ball away again. That is Jackson Leishow, one of their leaders out there. Leishow, a senior captain, doesn't want this to be his last match of his high school career. Now that is Carson Brandt, the number 1 assist leader for the Red Knights. Brandt comes in with 23 goals, 34 assists, and 57 total points. He's the leading point getter on the team, despite not being their leading goal scorer. That tells you how good he is on the assists. He likes to man behind the net, and there he is right there with the ball. Number 1, Carson Brandt, now to Dowden, the leading scorer, to Patty Burns, who is the second leading scorer, with Brandt third. So Dowden, Burns, and Brandt, the top 3 goal getters and scorers on this offense. There's Dowden, number 5. As the sun sets here, the temperatures have been hot all the time, and there's a goal! Patty Burns takes the pass and delivers a rocket shot right at about shoulder length and beats the Blake goaltender right there. Actually, it was right above his head in that upper corner. And that was a sharp shot by a sharp shooter. And it's 1-0 Red Knights with 8:05 to go. He beats goaltender Oscar Holm. Holm comes in with a 5.38 goals against average. as Delum comes in. He's the goaltender for the Red Knights with a 4.38. So we go back to the center circle, and Blake now down 1 on the road in this Section 5 final. And they're digging for it there. That's number 7. Andrew Nylander, he's their face-off specialist, and now he rushes the ball into the offensive zone. Makes sure they have good possession, now gives it up to number 11, Johnny Schiefert, also a senior, and he'll get them back in offense. Now Brandt, and he's being guarded closely there by Blake Bears number 10. That is Connor Mahoney, a senior. Now Brandt, pass in the middle to Schiefert, and he gets bumped as he took his shot. And the ball goes out of bounds, but the Red Knights will retain possession with 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go on the clock. Clock stopped. Now we're back underway with Carson Brandt being worked, going against Mahoney, and he loses the ball inadvertently. Now he pushes Mahoney down and gets the pass and a goal! Dowden from Carson Brandt, and Brandt took a shot just as he let that pass go behind the net, and Dowden comes over to express his appreciation. Watch Brandt, and he takes the shot right there, but the pass got there, much like a quarterback taking a shot in the pocket. But it doesn't work for the Bears, and now they find themselves down quickly here, 2-0 to a very tough Benilde team. And now we go back to the center circle, and Benilde now 2 for 2 in their last 2 possessions, going against Nylander for the faceoff is Thomas Nelson, the senior for the Bears. And there's the face-off, and they are fighting for it as the players coming around, trying to get a ball to come out, much like a rugby scrum, and now it's picked up by number 31, Kyle Stevens, the sophomore with the long stick, and he'll turn around, getting harassed, and now the pressure's off Jackson Leischow, and now we have a whistle on the field. Timeout taken by the Red Knights comes with just 7 minutes to go in the first quarter, and a surprising timeout, especially with momentum on their side. The Red Knights scoring 2 consecutive goals here. And I've noticed there's been timeouts that I don't fully understand in both the girls' matches and the boys' matches I've witnessed. But again, that's why I'm here and they're down there. And who am I to quibble with one of the most successful programs in boys lacrosse history, probably. As we look at the brackets here, Benilde got by Hopkins through the first round of the quarterfinals. And you can see Blake took care of Totino Grace. And the score of the Totino Grace Blake semifinal was 17-7 by Blake. Or that was the quarterfinals, I should say. That's just the upper half of the bracket that we're looking at. Then Benilde got by Wayzata on Monday, 23-2. And now here we are with that, the number 1 seeds high school home field, which this game almost was not played here, as Benilde is scheduled to replace the turf here on their football field, lacrosse field. They were going to start that yesterday, but they changed their minds. So this may very well be the last official high school match played on this surface, as Benilde will be getting a new turf on their field here. Okay, following the timeout, 7 minutes to go. That timeout taken by Benilde, and now we're back in business with Benilde on offense. That's Jackson Leischow to number 30, Sky Rold. And Rold had a heck of a game in the semifinal. I think he scored 4, being just a freshman, really asserted himself. And now Dowden. And now the Bears are coming out a little bit more on defense. They seem to be on the perimeter. Now Leischow will drive from the right side and take a huge shot, and there's a save by Oscar Holm, as he was able to mark that one okay. And now the ball, as they try to get it out, being rushed, and he gets pushed, and the ball comes loose on the check. Ball still loose, gets batted around, and now out of bounds. Both teams saying they should have possession, and those with the power say it goes to the Blake Bears. So the Bears now with a chance to go on offense and to cut into their 2-goal deficit against Benilde, the number 1 seed in Section 5, and the Blake Bears, the number 2 seed. So the 2 best teams are here. And now the Bears, number 1, that is Reese Hack. Hack a sophomore. He's the 4th leading scorer with 23 goals, 10 assists, 33 total points. Now the ball is in the basket of number 7, Eli Daniel. He's a junior. Now Daniel will come in. He thought about shooting there, and you can see the sun's coming right in on Dalum. The sun sets right behind our camera angle here, and you can see that right there, and you could see Dalum shading his eyes. So when the ball's on this side, if I were Blake, I would try to take advantage of that as long as the sun is still out there. I would attack from that right side. I would start taking shots right out of the sun. Got to take advantage of all the leverage you can get in these athletic contests as long as it's ethical and above board and above the rules. And the sun, you know, if it's out there, it plays a role. I'm not saying it's an overall winning strategy, but while you got it, it might be worth thinking about in terms of where you want to apply the offensive pressure, which would be right where number 20 is, right there, Jonah Spaeth, the sophomore. So Blake now taking it easy. They're down 2. I'm sure they don't want to get into a track meet here with the Red Knights. I don't think that's going to end well. There's so much scoring talent on the Red Knights, and it goes from all over, up and down the roster. As we look at number 7, try the other side. Eli Daniel, the ball comes loose, and they're going to award possession to the Bears, so they still have it. 4:41 remaining here, first quarter. They play 4 12-minute quarters as opposed to the girls playing 2 25-minute halves. And now the Bears with it, being very patient, down 2 goals, now behind the net. That's number 16 trying to put some moves on. Zach Wiener, a sophomore. Wiener still with it, being harassed on defense nicely by 24, Mason Werleman, the senior, doing his job on defense, patrolling that center ground, and he is staying right on number 16. Basically going man-to-man. As I watch these matchups here, and it looks like the Red Knights are playing a man-to-man on defense as we look at Stevens, and he gets right by, and what an individual effort by number 7, Eli Daniel. My goodness, as he does a spin move and gets by Charles Stevens, the sophomore, to score their first goal. And look at the individual effort, the grit right there, comes in and in close quarters, goes left and gets that ball in as the goaltender Dalum and number 24, Werleman, tried to stop it, but to no avail. So the Bears answer back here with a goal of their own with 3:55 remaining, our score 2-1. The Bears have made their mark here, finally getting on the board at 2-1. Now the Nylander gets that face off, and he goes around the right side. He's being guarded by number 9. That's Reese Ressman, the senior. And now Nylander will give the ball up, and a nice job again by Nylander. And he gets a round of applause as he heads off the field, and substitutes come on. Meanwhile, behind the net, that is Schiefert. Schiefert now up top to number 3. That is Sam Decker now coming in off the bench. Decker gets it over to number 5. That is Dowden, the leading scorer. Decker loses it momentarily, but Blake playing off right now after that goal, catching their breath here, most likely. 3:15 remaining. Now Dowden. Pass to number 3, Decker. Decker turns back around. And now Blake is bringing their defense out a little more aggressively. They just came within 1 a few minutes ago. Dowden now tries the right side, comes right in, weaves around, and does a backhanded shot as he goes down in the scoring circle, and they're going to count that goal. And another individual effort by Dowden as he answers the Blake goal there. Comes right in, keeps his feet, comes back to the left, and then just almost a no-look shot as he hits the ground hard. Dowden gets the 3rd goal for the Red Knights, and that is Dowden's, how many is that on the year for Dowden? He's got 36 on the year to go along with 13 assists. And we go back to the center circle for the draw, 2:48. Red Knights up 3-1. And there's an infraction, and they're going to award the ball to the Bears, so a chance for them to answer right back here late in quarter number 1. This is the Section 5 boys lacrosse final. We're at the McQuinn Athletic Complex on the campus of Benilde-St Margaret's, and that there is number 7, Eli Daniel, the junior for the Blake Bears, as they find themselves down 2 goals once again here. 2:26 remaining. Now Daniel getting pushed from behind, getting pushed again by Leishau, now coming over to help number 24, Wurtelman, and he's able to keep it. Now almost a shot there by number 3, that's Nelson. He's their leading scorer for the Bears, or second leading scorer, I should say, with 29 goals, 7 assists. Leading scorer is Eli Daniel, who just scored for the Bears on that great individual effort. Okay, 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Bears holding it here. They have their motion offensive cutters going through the scoring circle, coming back around. Now here comes Nelson, goes to his left. That's number 12 with it, William Matzke. Now behind the net, or excuse me, that before previously was Zach Wiener. Now number 1 with it, that's Reese Hack, a sophomore, to number 8, Nate Heithoff, a junior. Heithoff now being guarded closely by the Red Knights. They're coming out with the pressures. I look at the clock, 1:15 remaining now, and there's the move, comes right in and a shot. And number 8, Nate Heithoff, took a hit from number 23 on defense, Brad Little. The Blake Bears, though, after that shot goes awry, has now a shot there, and there's a flag as the elbow from behind. And that's going to be a foul. The flag comes up, and I think that might have been Jackson Leishau that's going to get whistled on that. And yes, it is. Leishau will have a knee. We'll find out. 30 seconds for pushing, so just a small 30-seconder, but a chance for the Bears here with 1:03 remaining in quarter number 1. That's number 7, Eli Daniel, the leading scorer, now behind the net to Hack. Now less than a minute, 55 seconds. That's number 12, William Matzke with it. Now to number 3, that is Thomas Nelson. Now 7, Daniel trying to get through, and there's some contact. The ball comes loose, and we have a whistle away from the play. And we have substitutions now. Clock stopped at 44.7 seconds remaining. Eli Daniel is going to have the free position to start off the 30-second player advantage for the Bears, which will take them almost all the way to the end of the first quarter here. Quick pass inside, defense by the Red Knights. Gets it back out, though. They save it. 34 seconds remaining as it's picked up by Thomas Nelson. Now the shot goes wide right. The turnaround shot by Eli Daniel goes wide right. That clock stops the clock with 26.1 seconds, and now the Bears will keep it here. Clock back underway with the ball. Reese Hack right there in the sunshine. You can see the shadows creeping up from behind here. 15 seconds remaining. And now both teams at full strength, and there is number 11 on defense, causing all kinds of chaos. Johnny Schiefert, and now a shot by the Bears with 2 seconds left. 2.7. So a small chance here for the Bears if they can get a bang-bang play right from behind the net, and they're underway. And that will do it. They don't even try. So after 1 quarter complete here at the section boys final lacrosse, it's Benilde 3, Blake 1. Come on back for quarter number 2.
Drownings are the #1 cause of accidental death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Designate an adult water watcher to watch kids in and around water. Save the phone calls and texts for when the kids are out of the water. Properly fence all pools with fences at least 4 feet high and with self-closing, self-latching gates. When above-ground pools aren't in use, remove the ladders. When pools aren't in use, cover them. Teach kids to stay away from drains And if a child is missing, check the pool or spa first. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more, because you never know which pool safety step will save a life, until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are about to begin quarter number 2 of the Section 5 Finals boys lacrosse matchup between the Benilde-St Margaret Red Knights and the visiting the Blake School Bears. If you're just joining us, the Red Knights got off to a 2-goal lead before the Bears cut it to 2-1. And then late in the first quarter, the Red Knights extended their lead again to 2 goals with their third in the first quarter. But the Bears are hanging in there. But they do have their work cut out for them against a more talented Benilde team. So about to begin here, 12 minutes on the clock, quarter number 2 underway here, and the Bears have it, and they'll be going from right to left in their green uniforms. And into the sun there, as the sun will continue to set. We are delayed about a half an hour for a weather delay, but we did get underway at about 7:30 Central Daylight Time. And now the Bears on offense, down 2 goals. Trying to get something going here. That's Thomas Nelson, number 12, or number 3. He's a senior. Just holding the ball there. He's being marked by number 31. That's Chow Stevens, sophomore. Both teams just sort of feeling each other out now here. And now let's see what Nelson does. He backs off. Now Stevens. Now that sun may have played a role right there. It's really getting low and in the horizon, and it can be in your eyes. You can almost feel it when you look at the players out there, and that may have been a miscue with the sun there. So now number 16 with it, Zach Wiener. Wiener trying to work that left side. Nothing going on there with Jackson Leischow pushing him out. Now Thomas Nelson. He's content to just take his time here, looking for some sort of angle, but right now the team speed of the Red Knights is obviously superior to Blake. Overall team speed, it appears to me, and right now I think that's the difficulty here with Thomas Nelson. He just can't get that speed around the quicker defenders for the Red Knights. Now he finally gives the ball up to number 7. Now it's Eli Daniel, and now we've got a problem. I think that was delay a game or something. That's what it appeared to me, and now the Red Knights have it, and that's not good news for the Blake Bears. They can't give away opportunities like that. They were just taking their time. Sooner or later, something was going to happen, and so that type of passive offense in the long run is not going to work for the Bears in my estimation. And now here come the Red Knights, and that's got to give them even more confidence than they already have. Number 30 with it, sky rolled. And now they got to fight the sun over there too on that half of the field, as you see the shadows creeping across here. By the second half, I don't expect it to be an issue, but right now it can be for the goaltenders and any players accepting the ball on that half of the field. Now here are the Red Knights moving that ball around the circle. That's number 23 with it, Brad Little. Little gets it to number 30. That is sky rolled, and a quick shot by Dowden. I think he took the shot. It is Matthew Dowden, and boy, are they fast here, folks. The quick shot, and Dowden's like, forget it. From 16 yards away, 17 yards away, and that sun may have played a role. You can see it coming right in on the goaltender, and you can't tell me that may not have had an impact. But nevertheless, it's gonna count. 4 goals now for the Red Knights. That goal coming with 9:20 remaining, quarter number 2. We go back to the center circle, and we find our familiar face-off specialist for the Red Knights, Andrew Nylander. Having a great evening here in this Section 5 final. And now the face-off. Bears looking to try to get it back here. Still fighting for it, and it comes out, but there's a whistle, and they're going to award it to the Bears. So a chance now for the Bears to get back in this thing. And boy, the temperatures have dropped about 10 degrees since an hour ago. It's 84 degrees. It actually feels comfortable. winds are 11 miles out of the southeast, and it's really cooled off, and with the shadows coming in, it's going to turn into be a really nice evening, I believe, for the rest of this match. And now the pass, and he gets molested basically there by number 24. Wurtelman just takes the ball away from number 20, Jonah Spaeth. And look at the defense of the Red Knights. And now into the 4 positive zone. That's number 20, Mitchell Dockman. Dockman 20 gets the ball over to Carson Brandt. Brandt now with it, being guarded by number 9. That's Ryan Reisman, the senior. Now with 8:14 remaining, that is Johnny Schiefert to number 6 now with it. That's Gus Bell, just a freshman, and that shot goes behind the net, and the Red Knights will retain possession. Clock stopped with 8:03 remaining, second quarter. Good crowd on hand here, plenty of people along the fence. The stands mostly full. I'd say 75% full. Parking lot is jam-packed. And now the shot by Gus Bell, and what a save by Oscar Holm, the junior. Saves a goal there. He was ready and saw it coming the whole way. And now here come the Blake Bears, is number 8, Nate Heitoff, and he gets it all the way into the offensive zone. Charles Stevens tries to strip the ball away from him, and he does. It goes out of bounds, and they give it right back to the Red Knights. Oh, what an effort there for the Bears as they ran all the way down the field only to give it up right away. And what a nice pass to Schiefert as he escapes the defender. Now he's wide open in the offensive zone, and that pass just misses. Cutting across, Cam Gelling. They just missed on that, and that will be an unforced error turnover against the Red Knights. 7:20, clock running. Now the Bears have it in their own zone. And that's number 20 with it, Jonah Spaeth. Spaeth is met with the forecheck by Carson Brandt. Red Knights not giving up an inch. They are really starting to apply the pressures. That's number 16, Sam Pickle, the junior defender. And now we have a whistle on the field. And now the Blake Bears will take a timeout here. And that timeout will come with 7:02 remaining in this second quarter. Our score 4-1. Benilde in front. They're the number 1 seed, looking to return to the state tournament. And there are the brackets from this year's tournament in 2021. Talking about before, Benilde did beat Wayzata here on Monday. We were here for 23-3. Maple Grove lost to the Blake School 10-7. That's how they got here, and this is a timeout here midway through the second quarter. I'm Robert Christensen. We're at the McQuinn Athletic Complex on the campus of Benilde-St Margaret's, and I do have a little glossary, beginner's guide to boys lacrosse. Some interesting terms. There's a poke check. That's when a defender jabs his stick at the hands of an opposing ball player. Sometimes I'll call it a stick check, but it's a poke check. Well, there's a poke check, and then there is a stick check here, and there's a body check. So they allow slap checks, wrap checks, poke checks, stick checks, and body checks. Next time out, we'll talk about those terms, as I'm still trying to learn them all too. Even though I've been doing this for several years now, I don't know all the terms of lacrosse. They didn't have that sport in high school when I grew up. And now following the timeout by the Blake School, we'll see what they can do, see if that has any positive effect on the scoreboard for the Bears as we look at number 3, Thomas Nelson with it. Nelson backs away, and we've seen this before. Finally, he gives it up to number 7, who he gave it up to last time down. And number 7, Eli Daniel, the leading scorer. He's got the lone goal for the Bears, and boy, he is far away from the net. They've got to get that ball closer. That's what he's trying to do, is ease his way in there. Trying to use all his skill and his change ability, and now they lose the ball, the stick. That's a stick check, as we were just talking about it. And now here comes Johnny Schiefert on the break. 2-on-1, and the quick shot and a goal! Number 3, Sam Decker. takes the pass and delivers the goods for goal number 5 for the Red Knights. Let's look at the replay. Schiefert could sense the moment. Nice pass on the run, and Sam Decker takes it and just delivers a bullseye into that upper left-hand corner. And he beats Oscar Holm for goal number 5. That goal comes with 6:03 remaining. So great start if you are a Red Knights fan. We go back to the center circle, and it's Thomas Nelson and Nylander. Nylander fighting for it, and this time Nelson comes away with it. Nice job by Nelson as he takes some abuse there from Jackson Leishow, and he does get the ball to come loose, and it's still loose on the ground. And that is Leishow, picks it up. Wow, this Red Knights team is merciless. And look at that nice pass to Patty Burns, number 4, and he's off to the races. He's so fast out there. And now to Carson Brandt, and they'll slow it down. 5-1 lead, 5:30 remaining, second quarter. Section 5 final boys lacrosse. The number 1 seed Red Knights in the lead, 5-1, 5:20 remaining. Now that is Patty Burns, number 4. Burns, the second leading scorer with 32 goals, 21 assists, 53 points on the year. And there's a quick shot by Leishow, number 12, and that goes wide right. And you can see with the combination of clouds and the sun setting, and it is getting cloudier around here. Now here comes Brandt. Brandt comes back around, turns. Nice nifty pass saved there by number 8. That is Cam Gelling. Now quickly out top to Leishow. Leishow working against number 5 on defense. That's Askell Reed, the senior for the Bears. Now to Gelling, back to Brandt. Brandt now being guarded by number 9, Ryan Reisman. Now back out to Jackson Leishow. To Patty Burns. Ball moving quickly, that's Sky rolled. Rolled, tries the left side, gets it down on the doorstep. Coming in is Cam Gelling, and he gets stymied by the defense. And the Blake Bears come away with it, at least momentarily they do. That's number 25, Max Hubler, the junior. And now Gelling takes it right back away. What a skill that is. And Dowden now in the offensive zone, looks around to see who's with him. Now he goes quickly, gets it down to Gelling. Gelling back to Dowden. Now Dowden to number 23, that is Little. Little now to Burns, back behind to Brandt. 4 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Benilde with the ball, and they've dominated time of possession, and Brandt, and they've dominated the scores, and there's a shot and a nice kick save by number 25, Oscar Holm, and that was spectacular. As that ball came whizzing in at about ankle level. Let's look at the replay right there as he got the stick on it, kicks it away actually. Beautiful save, great camera work there. Now behind, Carson Brandt, 3:32 remaining. Looking to extend their lead going into halftime. Brandt cuts left. Now the pass to Burns, he goes down, loses the ball in the meantime, and it's picked up by number 22, Sam Hardy. No whistle, play continues on. The Blake Bears have possession, 3:14 remaining. Now here comes Nelson, Thomas Nelson does, oh, that's number 9, excuse me. That's Ryan Reisman as he safely gets the ball, and we have another whistle on the field. And the Blake Bears are gonna call another timeout. And this is their second consecutive timeout, and I can understand why he would take one, he being the coach, Justin Young. With 3 minutes remaining, they're down 5-1. They just earned themselves a turnover with a great defensive play. And they definitely need to get on the board here quickly to show the Red Knights that they are still alive and kicking. So it's a good time here late in the half to just regroup and see if they can't come up with a goal or two to close in on this lead before halftime, get some momentum and some sort of positive energy going. But right now they are being dominated, down 5-1 in this Section 5 final. And now the Red Knights, they've had enough talking about it. They didn't call the timeout. Things are going swimmingly for them. Everything okay with the red and the white. And it's 84 degrees. Boy, it hasn't been this cool in over a week, I think, especially at this time of night. So there may be some weather coming in here, but the heat is still around. And now we're gonna get ready to play here. 3 minutes remaining. And all the players are in place. Looks like it's gonna start out with right there. That's number 7, Eli Daniel, the leading scorer. He's being guarded by Charles Stevens, number 31 for the Red Knights, and we're underway here. Just under 3 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. That is Eli Daniel. 35 goals, 13 assists, 48 points, got the 1 goal tonight. And it appears it's just a one guy against the whole Red Knight team here. It feels like they hold it a lot, boy, the Bears. That's very noticeable. Now a whistle, and that must be a delay of game or something. I can't understand that. What is going on? They take a timeout, and then they don't even pass the ball, not one time. So now Johnny Schiefert gonna try to make him pay. That is just a mental mistake there, I feel. And boy, at a critical game, that just, I don't see how that should be happening here. I mean, you might get beat, but go play. All right, now here come the Red Knights. 2:08 remaining. I don't want to be overly critical, but that's just sort of how I feel about it when I look at it. And now Jackson Leischow gets it to Dowden. He takes a shot and just misses. Dowden has maybe the most powerful shot I've seen this year as he takes the pass from Leischow. He did have an angle right there. And boy, did the goaltender get a piece of it? I couldn't really tell from that angle. He may have. So the shadows are completely covering the field now. The sun is not going to be an issue, it appears. And now here come the Red Knights with 1:45 remaining. That's Patty Burns on the far side, number 4. Now behind the net to Carson Brandt. Quickly to Leischow. He spins, and he takes the shot. And goaltender Oscar Holm looked like he was waiting for it, as he kept great concentration. Watch 25, the goaltenders. He turns, Leischow does the spin move, takes the surprise shot, and you know what? It hit the crossbar. He never saw it. Wow, they just missed. Leischow did on a great move. It tells you how fast your naked eye can't tell exactly what's happening. Okay, now Oscar Holm has it. 1:17 remaining and a chance for the Bears. If they can get a goal here, that would be huge, as Eli Daniels does make it across midfield and now in the offensive territory, but they do not pass the ball very much. They have this, I think it's a bad habit that they hold it this long. But again, I am not the coach, I don't know him, and I'm not a lacrosse player. As Eli Daniel comes right in, and he is like a Michael Jordan out there, isn't he? He took on the whole defense, and that's how he scored the first goal, and that's how he got the second goal here late in the second quarter. So the Bears are still alive. 5-2 now our score is. Boy, what an individual effort by Eli Daniel. Look at the excitement on his body language as he gets the second goal of his night and the second for his team. Eli Daniel now has 37 goals on the year, and he's got 50 points even. And we go back to the center circle. Nylander versus Thomas. Nelson. It is, and Nylander gets that face-off. So the Red Knights have the ball, at least for now. That's with it is number 23, Brad Little. And we have a whistle. And the Red Knights are taking a timeout here with 42.7 seconds remaining. I don't know how many timeouts each side gets per quarter or half, but boy, a lot of timeouts here, and it just tells you what the importance is of this game. A berth to the state tournament is a big deal for any high school athlete. Even if they don't play well at the state tournament, you get a participation certificate, and it's a lifelong experience to say that you were on a team that went to state. So lots on the line here, especially for the seniors, their last opportunities for both teams. And we got a good game here, 5-2. It's not a runaway for the Red Knights. And that's exactly what, I think if you were to ask the Blake Bears if they could be down 5-2 at halftime, although I don't think they'd like it, I think they'd think at least we're not getting blown out. And they're going to be talking it over here. The Red Knights, my feeling here is they want to get a goal here to answer back with 42.7 seconds to take any kind of momentum away from the Bears. And Coach Rob Horn wants to talk it over. Maybe they have some specially designed plays for this moment in the match. Sort of like a 2-minute drill. Some things maybe they've seen on the film that they feel they can take advantage of against the Blake Bears. Maybe a surprise type trick play. So we'll see as they come out of the timeout. 42.7 seconds remaining before half. And we're gonna come out here as we see Jackson Leishow there is gonna start out with it. Number 12. Going to be guarded by Axel Reed, a senior for the Blake Bears. There's Dowden. All right, we're underway. 40 seconds left. Now behind the net, Brandt to Gelling to Patty Burns, and it looks like they got a play in mind here, don't they? They're going to go around the horn. Now it's sky rolled. This is all designed, folks, guaranteed. Now he comes in, pass behind, and the no-look pass to Burns as he comes in behind, and that ball goes off the side of the net. Clock still running with 20 seconds remaining. Cam Gelling has it. He's going to try to score. No, he comes back around. 15 seconds remaining. Leishow now to the other side. That is Patty Burns. Back to Leishow. 10 seconds remaining. Leishow comes in, shoots, he scores! That goal coming with 5.3 seconds remaining, and that's exactly what Rob Horn was talking about with that timeout. They wanted to get a goal, and they wanted to make sure, and they talked about it. And I think that was a setup play there for Patty Burns. He took that first shot, and then they just used their natural instincts and abilities and talents to get a goal as Leishow goes left. And then Patty Burns comes back to Leishow. And Leishow creates space and just brings the heat at about shoulder height. Beats the goaltender home, and now it's 6-2, 4.6 seconds left. Center draw, time running down, 1 second. And there is your whistle, signaling the end of quarter number 2. It's halftime here from McQuinn Athletic Complex. Our score at halftime in this Section 5A Boys Lacrosse Final, 5-2. Come on back for quarter number 3.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. We are bringing you boys Section 5 Finals Lacrosse from Benilde-St Margaret, the McQuinn Athletic Complex. Benilde, after the first half, has built a 6-2 lead. And now on the beginning of the third quarter, the second half, the Red Knights going right to left win draw number 1. That's Jackson Leishow, number 12. He ended the scoring late in the second quarter to give the Red Knights their largest lead of the evening, 4 goals, as we look at Sky Rolled, number 30, on offense for the Benilde-St Margaret Red Knights. And we'll see if the Bears come out with a different type of offensive strategy other than Eli Daniel, who scored their 2 lone goals on great individual Michael Jordan-esque type goals, as he would just will himself into the lane, twisting, turning, and finding the goals. We watch Patty Burns, that goal chance by Leishow as he took the pass from Burns. Gets deflected in front, goes out of bounds behind, and the Red Knights will retain possession. That's Carson Brandt. As he takes a shot there by number 10, but he gets by him, and he's dangerous in the open field. That shot pass to Patty Burns, and the save taken right out of the air by number 25, Oscar Holm, the junior. And so good start for the Blake Bears as they thwart the first offensive effort by the Red Knights. So great start. Can they turn a goal in here and try to get some real momentum as they find themselves down 4 goals here against a very tough Benilde-St Margaret's defense? And that is number 6 for the Blake Bears, Eric Applegate, a junior. No, that's number 8 now with it. That is Nate Heitoff. Now 12 with it. They're 16, excuse me. Zach Wiener. And now another whistle and another unforced error while he's cradling the ball, and I, for the life of me, do not know what the violation is there. Must be carrying the ball or something. Now we watch the Red Knights try to get it into the offensive zone, and they do. That is number 30, Sky Rolled, and he's got room. Pass down low to Matthew Dowden. Now Dowden across the way to Johnny Schiefert, number 11. Now in the corner, that's Cam Gelling, number 8. And Schiefert and Patty Burns at the point position. Dowden flanked to his left. Now Schiefert will work that right side, coming right into the sun. And now behind the net, that is Gelling, taking some shots. And he comes right in and scores it off the ground. Cam Gelling, number 8, gets the 7th goal. The junior attacker was trying hard in that first half too, but watch him come, get the defender to lean one way, and then he just gets right around him with just enough speed and then bounce passes it right into the net. And he beats the defender, number 26, Josh Notebloom, the senior. And that has got to be frustrating for the Bears as they now find themselves down 5 goals. 7-2, clock stopped with 9:34 remaining. Substitutions now on both sides. And did they wave off that goal, Paul? Why are they? It says 7-2, right? It was 6-2. And now we're starting in the offensive zone. So I'm confused here. The goal was waved off. I'm just hearing from the PA announcer. So that's why the Red Knights have it. I don't know what the reasoning is for that. So the score now remains at 6-2. Clock running under 9.5 minutes. And there's a shot by Jackson Leischow. And that rebound comes off the goaltender home all the way out to the 35-yard line. And it's picked up by Patty Burns. Burns now looking for that 7th goal. And he finds Carson Brandt as he snuck in behind the defense, right in front of the goaltender home, and took a perfect pass from Burns to score goal number 7. So it was 7, then it was off the board, but it was quickly back on. And look at the speed of number 4, Patty Burns. As he comes in, has his head up, and look at that lightning pass to Brandt, left all alone in front of the net, and he knew exactly what to do with it. 7-2 now is our score once again, and that goal comes with 9:07 remaining. We go back to the center circle. That is Andrew Nylander, the senior draw specialist, and it comes back to Johnny Schiefert, and now the Red Knights are dominating. It's 7-2 with 9 minutes. They have possession once again. And they are sitting pretty here with a 5-goal lead and possession, 8:49 remaining in quarter number 3. Now the pass and the quick shot by Dowden gets blocked in front. It goes right into the basket of number 13. That is TC Doran, the junior. Now, no, that is Jake Svendal, excuse me. Now he gets it to number 1. That's Reese Hack. Hack with it, spins around, being guarded by 24 Wurtelman, senior defender. Playing excellent on defense, as the entire Benilde squad is. That's number 21 now on defense, Braxton Bogan, another senior captain. Bogan and Wurtelman holding down the fort on the defensive end. Bogan stick checking and just takes him down and draws the flag. Ball still loose, and the quick shot, as it is when there is a penalty until the other team touches it, much like hockey, it's a delayed call, and now there'll be the penalty. And coming off the field to serve it will be 21, Braxton Bogan.
21, Braxton Bogan, 1 minute for slashing.
1 minute for slashing, so a chance here for the Bears to cut into their 5-goal deficit with a player advantage for 1 minute, and that is Eli Daniel, and it's all been him when it comes to scoring for the Bears on 2 great individual efforts that were highlight worthy, both of them. He's their leading scorer. Now that's 16 with it. Zach Wiener. Wiener gets it back, playing catch with Thomas Nelson. Wiener loses it, scooped by number 16, Sam Pickle, but the Big Bears do retain possession, but just barely. And that just tells you the difference here. The Bears are having a hard time just keeping possession, let alone getting any scoring opportunities. They just seem clueless on what to do, and then that happens, and they lose the ball, they get roughed up, and now they get it to, is that Schiefert? It is, Johnny Schiefert with the turnover and the possession and with the ball, gets it to Carson Brandt, who scored the 7th goal. Brandt has all kinds of moves out there, and he gets it back to Jackson Leishau, and they will calm it down here. 5-goal lead, 6:46 remaining. Leishau to Burns. Red Knights looking very loose out there. Now Sky Roll takes it from Burns on the right side. Roll down to the corner. Is that Gelling still down there? It is. Gelling now to Brandt, to Leishau, to Burns, and now here's Leishau. It was with Dowden. Leishau turns right, pass to Burns, and that ball gets tipped in front, and it ends up in the basket of the goaltender, Oscar Holm, for another save for Holm, who's played admirably against a very talented Benilde team, and now he comes out, and a nice lob pass over Dowden, gets it to number 24. That is Max Hubler, the junior, and he'll let it go, and now he gives it up to number 12 on offense. That is William Matzke, the junior, for the Bears. And now it's number 8 with it, Nate Heitoff. Heitoff, the junior. And he's in the far corner, and you know, the defense is just too good for the Red Knights. It just seems the Blake Bears, they don't have a lot of options when it comes to offense. That is Thomas Nelson. And there's just a stand around, same player holds the ball. There's always a little pass like that, maybe. Nate Heitoff, and now Burns coming out, pushing the envelope way out to the 40-yard line. 5:14 remaining. You can't score from that far out. And they are really, really putting the pressure on the Bears, trying to keep them out on the perimeter as much as possible. As we look at Eli Daniel now, the junior, he's got the 2 goals for the Bears, and they've come on just individual efforts, starting out just like this. Here he comes, and he takes the shot, and this time he doesn't go as deep with his body. He took some hits last time when he scored those 2 goals, but not this time. I don't think you want to be doing that all night, or you're going to pay the price as we look at that replay of the tail end of it. And now the Red Knights get the turnover on that sequence, and they have the ball with 4:45 remaining, and into the offensive zone is Patty Burns. Gets it to Brandt. So efficient in the passing. Burns, quick, crisp, like a military outfit out there, marching around, just very, very, very good. Now Leishau back around to Brandt. Really fun to watch. They move that ball around. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Harlem Globetrotters when they do their little magic circle before their games. Just passing the ball around the circle. And now here comes Sky Roll, puts the move on, gets pushed back nicely though on defense by Jake Stendahl, the junior, for the Bears. And now it's loose, but picked up again. And Roll still has it. 4 minutes now remaining in quarter number 3. You're watching the Section 5 Boys Lacrosse Final. I'm Robert Christensen. This is ParkTV 16 Sports. Glad you're with us. Prior to tonight's match, we broadcasted the girls section final, and they got that one. They're going to state, and there's a quick shot by Leishau, and he misses just wide right. And that will turn the ball over to the Bears. Clock stopped with 3:39 remaining. So we just caught the end of that replay, and Leischau's disappointment. Now a lob pass all the way in the corner to number 9, that's Ryan Reisman, the senior, as he gets into Carson Brandt, and Brandt started that turnover, and now Chow Stevens has it. Nifty quick pass on the far side. I think that's number 21, Braxton Bogan it is, and he'll turn around and go back to the defense, and the Red Knights have the ball and the lead still here in the 3rd quarter as we approach 3 minutes remaining. That's number 3 with it. Sam Decker now on the field in the offensive zone. He's got a goal tonight as well. Now that is Schiefert. To the far side, number 6 now, Gus Bell in the match. As the lights have come on here at McQuinn Athletic Complex. Now that's 3 Decker. Decker tries the right side, looks, comes back, hesitates, now tries to get to Schiefert. Schiefert struggles with it momentarily, but picks it up. And that is a skill in and of itself right there. Just their ability to pick up those ground loose balls. Huge, huge skill in lacrosse. Now we look at Brandt. Brandt, quick shot, tough angle though. And did that go off the official? No, it went right into the cradle of the Blake Bears, number 25, 6, that's Notebloom. Notebloom now into the foreground and into the offensive zone, and now that's Eli Daniels. Nice work on defense by the Bears. They keep the score at 7-2, and now here comes Eli Daniel, and you can't let him do that, and boy, what a save by number 25, Justin Dallum, as he answers the bell and denies Eli Daniel his 3rd goal tonight. 2 minutes now remaining. Red Knights with possession. That's Wurtelman with it, and he goes back, almost goes over the goaltender's head. Dallum, but he does save it. Now he gets it ahead. Is that Schiefert? It is, as he crosses midfield into the offensive zone. 1:47 remaining here. Now he'll pull up and give it away to number 6, Gus Bell. Just a freshman attacker out there. Gus Bell now looking for some action. Now gets it to Sam Decker. 1.5 remaining in quarter number 3. Decker looks for some room. Now gets it back out to Dowden. And just their ability to catch the ball. Doesn't have to be perfect. Very artful looking team there, the Red Knights, and they are tough as well. One team that gave them trouble in their own conference was Chanhassen. It'll be interesting to see if they meet up in the state tournament. And that pass a little tough by Roll. Tried to get it to Burns. Had a little too much pace on it, but Burns picks it up like a vacuum cleaner. Big time. Comes right in, takes the shot, goes off. And behind the net, clock stopped with 52.8 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. And Carson Brandt will retain possession, as will the Red Knights, and we're back underway, 50 seconds remaining. Now Brandt comes in, quick pass, gets it to Gus Bell as he took a hurried shot, and that was wayward, left and out of bounds, but the Red Knights will keep possession here now with 41 seconds remaining. That is number 8, Gelling, and his pass goes amiss, and it's picked up by the Bears now with 31 seconds, and an unexpected chance for Reese Hack, number 1 in the Bears, as he looks back. Who's with me? He's looking like, is anybody going to help me here? Now there's Wurtelman making him pay for it. He kicks the ball loose, and this is when they hold the ball too long. That allows the defense to just attack the ball and kick it loose like that. 14 seconds remaining. Unless you're this guy, Eli Daniel, 2 goals on the night, trying to make it number 3. Coming in, taking the shot, and a quick shot, and that one goes wide left in traffic. Whistle brings the clock to a stop at 4.3 seconds left. So maybe a time for a bang-bang play for the Bears here late in quarter number 3. There's the quick pass in front, and the shot from way out goes over the crossbar and out of play, and that is the whistle signaling the end of quarter number 3 in the Section 5 final boys lacrosse matchup. It's Benilde 7, Blake 2. Come on back for quarter number 4.
Your story doesn't have to end. As an organ donor, the good in you can live on. In fact, you could save up to 8 lives through organ donation. Sign up to give the gift of life after you're gone. You'll be happy you did. And just maybe, someone else will too. Sign up online today as an organ, eye, and tissue donor at organdonor.gov. It saves lives.
we back? Oh, welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports production. We are at beginning the fourth quarter of Section 5 final boys lacrosse. Benilde leading 7-2, and it's going to be a tough road here for the Bears unless they get a couple of goals here quick in the beginning of the fourth. And that all starts with this center faceoff and possession. Nylander in there for the Red Knights, and he comes away with it, and they're going left to right. He's going to come right in, and I think he was going to take a shot and he score it, but rather than turn around, he gives up the turnover. So a break for the Bears here early. Can they convert it into a goal? That is the big question. As that is number 10 for the Bears, Connor Mahoney with it. And Mahoney gets it taken away by Chow Stevens, and they draw a whistle. And that's gonna be, what, another timeout? Yep. Sounds like a timeout on the field here early in quarter number 4. So I'm not sure which team took the timeout. But again, I've always felt some of the timeouts here have been strangely taken. But again, I don't know the game as well. But, you know, you have the ball, you're up 5 goals. Things are going well. Sometimes there isn't a need for a timeout. You want to keep that momentum going, I guess would be the only other school of thought. But there's a lot of intricacies I'm sure I'm unaware of. And there's a lot of players, and there's a lot of substitutions. They allow 3 substitutions. And the Red Knights, maybe it was just a personnel move that Coach Rob Horn just wanted to change right then. And they want to be extra careful and not get ahead of themselves. There's still 11 and a half minutes remaining in the fourth, and the 5-goal lead is not insurmountable. As you can see, goals happen lightning fast and can come out of nowhere, much like that pop-up thunderstorm we had that delayed us the start of this game. All right, following the timeout, clock back underway. The Bears have the ball. That is Eli Daniel. He's got 2 goals, the pass, and no one there, but there's a backup and a quick underhanded shot taken by number 1, Reese Hack. Didn't get a lot on it, and they don't have a lot of scoring ability other than this guy right here, Eli Daniel, as far as I've seen. He doesn't have a lot of help on offense. They play decent enough defense, but they are struggling here. Now Eli Daniel comes right in, and that's his move. He'll come right in and try to do it all by himself. That's how they got the first 2 goals, and that's what they try to do again there. And Eli Daniel will take it again from behind the net. 11:05 remaining, clock now going. And that's Eli Daniel. Spinning around, being guarded by Chow Stevens, and now he gives it up. And I gotta learn what that turnover is all about. All right, now here come the Red Knights, number 23 with it. Brad Little gets it to the offensive zone, and that's Johnny Schiefert, number 11, coming in, untouched. Now he turns back around, gives it to Cam Gelling, number 8, to Patty Burns, number 4. And Burns will back up, substitution. Schiefert comes out, Jackson Leischow comes in. Dowden on the field. Gelling on offense, Carson Brandt behind the net, and now Sky rolled. Pretty much how they've gone on offense all night long. Now Burns, and there's an illegal screen, I believe, on Leischow, and now maybe some other indications here. Let's see what happened. Well, there was a screen, and that's what brought the whistle, but now I think there might have been some retaliation because the Red Knights have it. Again, my imperfect knowledge of the game. Admittedly, now Sky rolled, gives it to Jackson Leischow. 10 minutes remaining in quarter number 4. 10 minutes to state tournament for the Red Knights if they can hold on here. And the quick shot, and the goal by Sky rolled. And it just trickled in. It looked like goaltender Oscar Holm got a piece of it low. But Rolled gets his first goal tonight. The assist coming from Leischow as he was wide open. He took the big shot and it just got by. It looked like Holm just caught a little piece of it, but not significantly enough to stop the goal. And now it is 8-2 with 9:54 remaining. And this may be an insurmountable lead here for the Bears, down 8-2 in this Section 5 final. Andrew Nylander, he's taken the draws all afternoon and evening here. And now a whistle on that, and I don't know what the infraction is there either, but it ends up, the ball that is, in Thomas Nelson's basket, and the Bears are on offense again. Number 3, Thomas Nelson. Last time it was Eli Daniels who held it all the time, and now it looks like it's going to be Thomas Nelson, and that's what they do. They hold it, they hold it, they hold it, and wait for the Red Knights to steal it away. And out comes on defense, that's Finn Murphy, the senior. He's up against number 12, William Matzke, and you get a feeling that Finn wants that ball. These defenders, they pride themselves on it, as they should. There's Johnny Schiefert, number 11, back in on defense. We approach 9 minutes remaining. As it's getting darker, the lights are on here at McQuinn Athletic Complex, and almost stolen away there by the defender, Gordy Johnson. Number 15 now in the match. Johnson, a senior, getting some playing time in this all-important Section 5 final. Winner goes to the state tournament. Red Knights boys lacrosse have been perennial members of that state tournament field the last several years. They've been runner-ups in the championship. I think 3 of the last 3, or 3 of the last 4, or 4 of the last 5. Maybe this will be their year. If it's to happen, it's going to be in Stillwater, down along the St. Croix River, as we watch now Eli Daniel with the 2 goals. And if they're going to get a goal, it's going to come from 7 here. And now he was attacking from behind the net. Now they're going to give him the ball from on top of the key, I like to say, kind of like basketball. Now he gives it up behind the net. Coming around, trying to get a shot off, and a shot was taken by number 16, Zach Wiener, but there for the save was Justin Dalum, who's been stellar in nets, only giving up 2 goals and coming up with several nifty saves. Now Eli Daniel, number 7, will try it from behind again, being guarded by Charles Stevens. Stevens, the sophomore, versus Daniels, the junior, and he comes in and takes a huge shot from Wurtelman. And their flag goes sky high as Wurtelman came over and laid down the law here, folks. Watch 24. Charles Stevens, and just that is a charging slash. He's going to come down and take a knee. We'll listen to see what the call officially is. 7:32, clock stopped. And we'll listen to the PA announcer. Like maybe elbowing or some sort of signal like that preliminarily from the referee.
Number 24, Mason Wurtelman, 1 minute for the body check.
1 minute for the body check. So a man advantage for the Blake Bears, coming with 7:26 remaining. They have the ball. No scoring for them in the second half here. They've been shut out. As we look at Thomas Nelson, and there's a quick shot by Eli Daniel. First shot from way out, and that rebound comes to Johnny Schiefert, and he's off to the races into the offensive zone. He's got Brandt to his right and behind him, and he gives it to Brandt. And we got a whistle and another timeout. Taken by the Red Knights, I believe, once again. So Coach Rob Horn does like his timeouts, and look at that shot. Actually may have hit his own player. I think it may have. And then went off the crossbar. So, boy, in my first look at that shot before the replay, I didn't realize it was as close as it was. And now I think about it, it's Eli Daniel. He is a prolific scorer, and he almost had it in there. But we have another timeout taken by the Red Knights, even though they have a 6-goal lead. Never can be too careful, and if you're the Blake Bears, I don't know what to say here. I think it's going to be a tough outcome for them. I don't know if there's much they can do about it. The Red Knights really just seemingly dominating this match in all phases as we watch the Bears break from their timeout. 8-2 to our score. I don't think they do the pairings for the state tournament till the weekend, so you can go to the Minnesota State High School website. Look that up probably sometime on Sunday would be my guess, Monday at the latest, and then the tournament starts on Tuesday, I think, for the girls, Wednesday for the boys, or both start on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Goes all week over in Stillwater this year. Okay, both teams back out on the field. That's Carson Brandt with it. And he'll start it off with the whistle. 7:01 remaining. And number 1 with the ball for the number 1 seeded Red Knights. Carson Brandt now up top, rolls it. That's something new to Jackson Leischow right at midfield. So maybe a little showboating there, but you know, it's a championship game and they deserve it. They've worked very hard to be this good, make no mistake. Tough, talented kids, these Red Knights. Now Leischow almost loses control, so not giving up though on defense there. Number 19, Jake Svendal, the junior. Now the Red Knights have it. That's Sky rolled, number 30, over by the 30, being guarded by number 5, Axel Reed, the senior defender for the Bears. As Sky rolled, already has a goal tonight. Now wraps around to number 13 now in on offense, and I don't have a number for 13, do I? I do, that's T.C. Doran. No, I don't have a name for him. Let me see here. Number 13. Yeah, that's Luke Drews. So Luke Drews now in the match. That's Sky rolled now behind the net. I look at the clock, and it's coming up on 5.5 minutes remaining in the match. Turned into a really kind of a lovely evening now in the low 80s. No wind at all out there. Sky rolled, going against number 5, Axel Reed. Rolled now, gives up the ball to Gelling. Now to Jackson Leischow. Leischow. To Carson Brandt. Brandt now, coming left. And the shot by Dowden and a goal! And a quick trigger it was as he took the pass from Carson Brandt. And Burns gets on the goal again. Or Matthew Dowden, excuse me. Look at that beautiful swing there. It is like a golf swing. I guess it's a shot, but it looks like a swing sometimes. And Matthew Dowden, their leading scorer, gets on the board again tonight. That gives him a team-leading 37 goals on the year, and we've got 4:56 remaining. Red Knights in commanding lead, 7-goal lead. Go back to the center circle for the draw. And that's Nylander, and it's won by the Bears. Picked up there by number 9, Ryan Reisman. And it's pretty much all academic here. It's just a matter what the final score is gonna be. I'm sure the Red Knights would like to preserve the second half shutout. Be something to be remarkable, as now that was number 3, Thomas Nelson tried to sneak it in there, but the Red Knights weren't having that attempt, and now Schiefert way up ahead. Beautiful pass to Brandt. Brandt over to Stevens, back to Brandt, and he does the reverse shot, and it does not go in the net. It's on the side of the net, and now, wow, he did a little trickery shot there. Let's watch this behind the back. They've been doing that a couple times, and this time it went to the side of the net. And now here come the Bears. That's number 26 with it, Josh Notblom, the senior. Notblom with the long stick, takes a shot and scores it. Notblom hasn't quit. No siree. The Blake Bears still hanging in there, although they got a huge mountain to score here. Enough to get back into it, but look at the resilience and the high school sportsmanship that they never give up. And right here, Josh Notblom, a senior, gets a goal in his last 4 minutes of his career, and what a nice opportunity for that young man to get a goal in the section final. Notblom on the year just had 2 goals for 2 points, and that is his third, and he gets it in his last quarter of high school play. So congratulations to Mr. Notebloom as he gives the Bears their third goal, and it's by someone other than Eli Daniels. Now the ensuing draw as Charles Stevens, the sophomore, trying to get it, gets pushed from behind. And whose ball is it? I thought the referee signaled that it was the Red Knight ball, and it's not. It's the Blake Bears ball, and that's Thomas Nelson. 3:35 remaining, and a little energy still on the field. I don't think the Red Knights like that goal being scored, even though it's clear they're going to eke out the victory, and now it's poke checked away on defense. That's number 20, sticking his nose in there. And still coming away with it, and what an individual effort by number 20, Mitchell Dockman, the junior midfielder. As he comes off the field and gets the high five from his teammates as he really worked hard to get possession. And that type of effort is what leads to championships as well. And now the Red Knights with the ball under 3 minutes, 2:50 remaining to be exact. And that is Sky rolled, and they're just gonna sit on it here. As Sky rolled then now decides to trot down behind the goal. He'll trade places with Cam Gelling. Just a beautiful night now suddenly. Even though the clouds have come in, it's creating interesting colors above the net as we watch that pass and a goal. As they answer right back, Sky rolled to Patty Burns, and I think that's the hat trick for Burns. I think that's his third tonight. And that's the 10th goal overall for the Red Knights. That goal coming with 2:25 remaining. And let's see how this came about. Sky rolled, came right in, brought the defense over, created the opening. He delivered the pass, and Patty Burns put it in the back of the net for goal number 10. And a 7-goal lead here.
Number 4, Patty Burns. Number 30, Sky Roll with the assist. Roll to Burns.
So roll to Burns, the official scoring play. And we're back underway, the center circle, and this time Nylander gets the draw off. And rightfully so, this game is not in doubt in terms of the outcome. And the Blake Bears have it now with 2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes right now, and that is Eli Daniel. He's a junior, he'll be back. So the Red Knights might need to contend with him again next year, but right now their focus is on this match. And stay tuned, there's gonna be an awards ceremony coming up following, and we'll be here to bring that all to you as well. I am Robert Christensen, glad you were with us tonight, enjoying this Section 5 lacrosse, as that's Eli Daniels as he tries to kind of just eke his way in there, kind of like Glenn Harden style of the Brooklyn Nets. Just kind of works his way in there in a very, there goes down a Red Knight, and there's going to be a foul called on Thomas Nelson. Maybe a little frustration, but nothing too egregious, I thought. Now Carson Brandt, and there's the pass, and he takes a hit, still has the ball. Took a big hit from number 24, and the shot goes off. That was Max Hubler that came out, and things are getting rough out there with 1:05 remaining. As taking that pass, Mitchell Dockman from Brandt ran into number 24, Max Hubler, and he still hung in there with it. Almost got a shot off, as now that's Eli Daniel into the offensive zone for the Bears, as we are now under 1:51 remaining. Eli Daniel with the ball, and that is to number 12, William Matsky. So there will be an awards ceremony, awarding of the medals, a list of the names on the rosters and the student managers, and then the awarding of the trophies will happen immediately following the conclusion of this game, which is now just 22 seconds away. Both Red Knights varsity teams are going to the state tournament again this year. What a powerhouse of a program the Red Knights have built here over the last half a decade or so. As we watch Eli Daniels try to weave his way in there. Now the ball comes out, and now Dalum, now a long pass intended for Gelling, and he does come up with it in the pass to Brandt, and there's the whistle before they can get the shot off, and that is your final. The Benilde-St Margaret Red Knights are victorious, and they take Section 5 final boys lacrosse, and they're heading to the state tournament. They go to 14-1 on the year. The Blake School falls to 10-6. And that is your final. Do we wrap it up here, Paul, or do we just stay with it? All right, we're gonna stay with the awards. And great all-around effort by the Red Knights. I'm trying to think if a player really stood out, but the scoring came from all around as usual. Very balanced scoring and just an overall great team effort by the Red Knights, as it didn't appear the Blake School was really in it. Maybe early on they were down 2-0, they cut it to 2-1, but then after that it was all Red Knights. On a very, very warm evening, the game was delayed by 30 minutes. And both teams now will gather, and we can see the Bears are huddled up over there. And the Red Knights over there, and soon, well, the table's already out there in front. The medals are ready to go, the trophies are ready to go, and so I expect we should be underway here with the awards ceremony rather quickly. What a year for the Red Knights. You have to keep in mind that they haven't played in 2 years, really. They didn't even have a partial of a season like some of the other sports did last year. There was some volleyball, some football, some basketball, and then it was all cut off by the shutdown. And last spring, there was no spring sports, since that was the early stages of the pandemic and nobody really knew or understood where and how this was gonna go. But fortunately, a year later, despite the unfortunate casualties of the virus, we've survived it, and the mask wearing is off, and we seem to be back to some semblance of normalcy. And we're just awaiting the awards ceremony here, which should begin momentarily. All right, I see the athletic director out there calling the teams over, so it looks like we're gonna get the show started here in just a few moments. And here come the Blake Bears. There's Carson Brandt, number 1. Number 2, Finn Murphy, stellar defensive player, along with 6. That's Gus Bell, I should say, just a freshman out there. And the athletic director there in the red shirt gathering the cats around. And I think we're just waiting for the PA announcer to start announcing it, and we can get going.
To both teams on a well-played game today. Today's awards ceremony will be conducted by Jerry Pettinger, the athletic director of the Benilde-St.
Jerry Pettinger is the athletic director. He's got to be very proud. Both his boys and girls varsity lacrosse teams win championships again here in Section 5. Both heading to state next week. And now the announcement of the players. That's number 1, Reese Hack. Number 2, RJ Hughes. Number 3, Thomas Nelson. Number 4, Rowan Heitkoff. Number 5, Axel Reed. Number 6, Eric Applegate. Number 7, with both goal 2 of the 3, Eli Daniels, great player. Number 8, Nate Heitoff. Number 9, Ryan Reisman. Number 10, Connor Mahoney. Number 11, Nick Watsky. Number 12, William Matsky. 13, T.C. Doran. Number 14, Grady Renaud. Number 16, Zach Wiener. Number 17, Keaton Renaud Jr., Cole Heron. Number 18, followed by number 19, Jack Svendal. He played well tonight. Number 20, Jonah Spaeth. Number 21, Rise Willoughby. Then number 22, Sam Hardy, just a freshman out there getting lots of playing time. Also number 24, Max Hubler, played tough. Number 26, the goaltender, Oscar Holm. And Josh Noplum, we got the last goal of his senior career, his 3rd of the season. just in the last waning minutes of quarter number 4. Good for him, Josh Notblum, the senior. And now they will accept the runner-up trophy for Section 5. As we look at the athletic director for Benilde. And now coming over to accept the award is number 26, Josh Notblum, along with number 3, Thomas Nelson, and number 9, I should say, Ryan Reisman. So there they are, the Blake Bears, with their runner-up trophy. And now for the Red Knights to accept their medals for the Section 5 champions. As we wait for the athletic director, Jerry, to come over, congratulating the coaches for the Blake Bears. They had an outstanding season. Runner-up in the section final is nothing to sneeze at. And now the 5A lacrosse champions being introduced by the PA announcer. And there is Carson Brandt, number 1, leading point getter this year, followed by number 2, that is Finn Murphy. Sam Decker got a goal tonight. Patrick Burns got 3 goals tonight. Matthew Dowden had a couple goals tonight, leading goal scorer. Gus Bell played. Andrew Nylander, stellar on the draws, really maybe the difference there, winning all those draws. Then number 8, Cam Gelling. Number 10, Casey Ryan. Number 11, Johnny Schiefert. Number 12, Jackson Leischow. Number 15, Gordy Johnson. Number 16, Sam Pickle. Number 18, George Mobrotin, followed by 20, Mitchell Dockman, took a big hit late. Looks like he's okay. 21, Braxton Bogan, senior captain. Brad Little played well. Number 24, Mason Werleman, was tough on defense. Took a couple penalties. That's number 25, Justin Dahlum, great in nets, allowing only 3 goals tonight. Followed by 27, Axel Esco, the backup goaltender. Adam Backman, 29. Sky Rolled had a goal tonight. He had 3 the other night. And number 31, Chow Stevens, the sophomore, on defense. And Jake Solomon and Lauren Hawkinson accept their student manager medals. Well deserved. And now the presentation of the trophy. The Section 5A final champions, your 2021 Benilde-St Margaret Red Knights. Once again, going back to the state tournament, and they've got bigger sights on their mind. They've been runner-ups at the state tournament the last several years. They're heading back to state in Stillwater. Following a pandemic year off, it's gotta feel sweet for these kids. And there they are, your champion Red Knight Benilde-St Margaret's. Or should I say Benilde-St Margaret Red Knights. It's been a long night, so I think we can wrap it up here, Paul. We want to get the final picture here. Let's do that. Absolutely. I was mentioning when the girls posed for there, this is a picture that's going to be on every one of these kids' college dorm room walls. Never to be forgotten. They'll be looking at this for the rest of their lives, and what a moment this is. Number 1, Benilde-St Margaret Red Knights. There they are. Still on hand here, cheering them on as they continue to take the pictures, and that's it. They're your champions, the Red Knights. It's official. So for Paul Broden, our producer, and everybody connected with ParkTV 16 Sports, my name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.